They say that all American presidents were related. I'm related, apparently, to Andrew Jackson, and I share no ancestry with Donald Trump. Trump comes from the story of Noah's Ark, when Noah and his sons, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, departed the ark, and there were other tribes. As one of them, Trump. Trump wrote his own firstborn son out of the public record. It's one thing to write the little shit out of your will. You can't write him out of the family tree. Did he die? Well, there should be a record of that, right? No, because religion is just bullshit to him. He's got to be president. He's got to have amnesty. I don't know what his problem is. I guess his international corporate bankruptcies were backed on the presumption he would one day have democratic immunity, but democracy is not blanket immunity for absolutely whatever you did to get elected, and bankruptcies are established on the forfeiture of your estate, which includes your family. You don't get to just write your one son out and be like, he died. Use clandestine investigational techniques to try and put it on some retard. I guess it doesn't matter that a 3-year-old kicked your 8-year-old's ass if it is. Well, his fault. Might makes right. Bunch of puny dorks working for a non-religion. Try to bludgeon us with our own technology. You shouldn't need my forgiveness. We got a guy for that. But you're not going to work all kinds of heresy and then expect me to forgive it. What does he think I need his forgiveness for? I'm a trained killer, Your Holy Eminence. I apologize if I'm not always kosher enough for the Jews. So I'm not trying to mix profanity with confessions and blasphemies, but I returned and I saw that under the sun, the race is not to the swift, nor yet bread to the wise, riches to men in understanding, but time and chance. These imbeciles have spotless, lily white, ignorant snowflakes representing them on the streets like just, it can't possibly be us, we're harmless. And then they got rape gangs. Wait until somebody gets off the bus. So religion is obviously the search for universal and eternal truth. There's no reason that it wouldn't. As long as your religion doesn't fly in the face of what is obviously reality, we allow that a miracle occurred 2,000 years ago. We can't even muster enough faith to believe it happened once in the history of the world. Can we be trusted with money? Right, so that works for us. For diplomatic purposes, meaning because we don't conduct certain trades, we get the necessary trades for our the necessary tools for our trade from people who have a religion of their own, or they can't enforce a law which flies in the face of what we know to be true because we have a miracle we believe in. The law cannot demand miracles whenever it needs one. Can't just make it up and spawn a population of non-believers because they claim to represent our church. That's why we have Rome. You see, news team, before it comes to us, it gets kosher. West of Jerusalem, where the sun rises, as far as I'm concerned, because beyond that is the devil's playground. All this belongs to Jesus. And what that means is freedom of the press establishes that you need a license to barge into my office. But freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, these are redundant. I don't need my permission to go gaggle with peasants. Like, the implication that somehow affects or influences my right to guard the way it's subject to common sense. if you're here on behalf of the God of Jesus and Abraham, the devil had 40 days and nights to try it. The Messiah of all mankind. And then that's why Satan doesn't have to lie to God when they bump into each other. God's not necessarily looking for him. 40 days and nights. Who the hell do you think you are? If you represented any kind of God worth loving or fearing, forgiving or worshiping, you snatch the magic carpet out from Donald Trump and take me to Washington. You don't just make up new religions as opportune, shoot up schools and act like that justified you being involved to begin with. See, we told you he was going to shoot up the school. Science. Do terrible things to us, to our children, and then just harass them. And Washington's like, I don't know how we can afford to keep doing this. Well, you can't ban waterboarding in a Christian country, Washington. I don't care what Hitchens said, torture. He didn't even get any water up his nose. No, if Moses needs to wash the truth out of you, I will unburden you of all your sins. I don't care who voted for you. But if you signed off on molesting a 7-year-old under sedation and acting like you forgave it and then lying to him about it, telling his family he has a psychological problem, so you go around calling him crazy behind his back, punishing anybody who's kind to him when he leaves, you might object to the idea of someone being allowed to extract the necessary information as needed.